Hey everyone, welcome back to Tap Joy's podcast. Ako si Jabez at ang episode na ito ay talagang malapit sa puso ko. And that is missions. And today we are very fortunate to have Elvin, Zach, Abby and Eunice to part of the mission team, to kind of discuss what happened. So Kuya, why not you tell us about what happened in the mission trip, who was involved, and more about the details of the trip.
Sige. Besides the five of us in this room, we have Brother TC, Ezra, we have Pastor and Sister here. We also had the Serranos join us this time. Josh, Nisi, Jaira, Pastor Jojo Serrano, and Sister Ludi. Yeah, they were so nice of them to pick us up from the airport, drive us safely to Clark, the hotel, and then safely up the way to Baguio on the second day. So our mission trip this time was split into two legs. The first leg was the Northwest Luzon district, where we had about more than 1,000 youths, electrifying atmosphere packed into Baguio Convention Center. Thankfully, the weather is kind to us, so it's quite cool, even though there's more than 1,000 bodies in that place. Later, we're going to share more about what happened during the youth conference. But the second leg, we went on to Calvary Tabernacle in Baguio City itself, whereby we ran the Real Colours workshop, and also we were able to be part of their Sunday service, do their music. Sister Abby is going to share more about what she went through, about the kids, that kind of thing later on. And it was so fun, this mission trip.
Exactly, and speaking about fun, what's a mission trip without any epic, funny moments? So we compiled a video of all our funny moments that the guys have not seen yet.
Not at all.
We call it our unseen moments in the trip. So this is going to be their raw reaction. Let's roll
Can you see?
the video.
Literally, we just landed about 30 minutes ago. We are stuck in a big pickup truck.
I don't know where they are bringing us to. To our wives back home, we love you very much.
I'm from here, so I'm okay.
Don't show my mother this. My mother say cannot do this kind of thing.
We have reached our destination. We are going to eat McDonald's now.
I'm feeling the motion sickness that Jairo was talking about. How much longer do we have to reach the top? An hour and a half. You got this!
Hello? Yes, I can hear you. How about you? You can hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
You have to sit up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. One ramen bowl. This is just a disaster.
It's a bit foggy, the Mines View observation park. It's working.
Hey, you say?
It's just white.
Look at that beauty!
I'm thinking for you.
Okay naman, ito natatawa sa harap.
Back end fuel not clean. Front end coming out.
Okay, explain the last scene to us, Alvin.
What's that
what
about?
happened?
Back end fuel not clean.
Because we were gonna stop at the SO there because you needed to go.
Okay.
You couldn't hold it
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
anymore. And
But
then,
Marlon was driving us, right?
yes, and then Nisi had to tell the other car that we had to stop.
Okay.
Josh was driving, and that's when you said back end
Back end fuel not clean.
not clean.
Yeah.
Front end.
Not too much information lah.
Yes, but everybody knew what you mean.
Yeah.
Everybody knew. So,
You were like that the whole
like,
trip.
Sometimes you just need to healthily release.
Amen.
That's true. Okay, so when y'all look back at this, what was the most were there any other moments that you remember that wasn't shown on here?
Was that the udon one?
Yeah, the udon one was inside.
Yes.
The udon one was
Yeah,
inside.
anyone want to share more about the udon, the backstory?
Oh my
That was
Oh
quite
my
a big
goodness.
one at night.
I think it was such a tiring day, Like, we were super tired and we were...
The last thing
Wait.
we wanted.
You just wanted some good food.
We wanted good food and we were hungry and we were super tired and we hit the room, and I think my parents, they were like, oh, we go out first, while I think all of us were socializing a bit with the youths there. So my parents said, oh, we are tired, let's go and get food first. And then she sent us the menu, we're getting ramen, and everybody was like, yes. And then we suddenly got a text, hey, sorry guys, the noodles are not cooked. And then we were like, huh? what do you mean like ramen noodles not cooked? We need to cook ourselves. And then we try to contact the hotel staff, and then they couldn't do it. Yeah, we had to pay. Or no, I think we were willing to pay, but they just couldn't do it because they say it's unsafe. So we had to do it ourselves.
And it took long for them to.
Yeah, so at the end, I cooked it, but I didn't eat it because I think the next day we had to do something, right? It was a big day the next day. So I wasn't wanting to risk it. Yeah.
We had to cook it in kettles.
So we use our own kettle. We put the udon in our own kettles. Stir. Some more udon is not like instant noodles. It's like the very traditional Japanese Japanese. Yeah, those
It's
buckwheat
not instant.
kind.
It wasn't instant. It was like those like
Stir.
floury.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just cut
Yes.
from the flour.
Yes. Yeah, so that was epic. And they couldn't give us like huge bowls.
The small bowls.
The only bowl they could give us is like the small soup,
Soup bowls,
bowls.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
It was
my
the coffee
goodness.
cup. It was a tea cup.
Yeah.
They gave us tea cups to cook our ramen. Horrible.
But it was an interesting activity that we do together. Lah.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, looking back, those were really unforgettable moments. So now let's talk about the conference itself. So, what was it like? Because you guys, I mean, maybe you can share with us who was on your music team. You were there specifically to lead some of the worship. So, how was that like ministering to like, let's say, 1,000 over people?
It was definitely very electrifying. Lah. My first time being in a location with so many people, even more than last year's DCD.
Yeah.
Yeah, some more they are not middle-aged or older people. They are all youths, even more energy than me. It was very, I would say, easy for us to lead worship because even before we start singing and exhorting and talking to them, they already like lights and sound and we are ready.
Yes.
Like in TJ, sometimes we have to say, come, the dance floor is open. For them, I'm on the dance floor already, that kind of thing. So it was very moving and powerful. Yeah.
And of course, you led like one of the songs. What songs did you lead?
You
Was it-
Give Me Jesus.
Yes.
And I mean, that was awesome because I mean, from our end, we got to film and to see you
Yeah.
in action and just doing your thing.
It
And
was awesome.
you know how God used you. And then maybe Jabez can share with us just a little bit if people don't know who was on that music team that went to Baguio.
So only 5 of us was 6 of us were on a team, which was me, Elvin, Zach, TC, Ezra, and my mom. So we were short-handed of people, like we didn't have enough people. So we had the amazing privilege to collab with the Baguio team there,
Yes,
which
yes,
to me was one of
yeah.
the highlights of the trip. These people are extremely talented,
Yes.
extremely inspiring, and they brought a lot of energy, to the stage, which we needed. I think leading worship in a country where you don't call home, it can be a bit intimidating. But knowing that the people are there, like, okay, this is our home ground, we got you covered, it's like super comforting. We had their musicians to play with us as well, and they were so nice about it. Any request we give them, they're like, okay, let's do it. They were on board with this. And I think speaking from my experience from like leading worship, in the Baguio conference, the amazing thing is that usually when you see people, at the back of the church, they will probably just be folded arms or, maybe not jumping. But in this particular conference, from front to back, whether they're up there or down here or
Right.
all the way at the entrance when they're outside, you see everyone getting involved. They're jumping as if they're all in front, they're jumping as if they're in heaven. And that was the most inspiring thing to me, like it doesn't matter about where you stand. Like the people want to be in front, but like maybe there's no space. But the energy of the people, the expectations they have there was so electrifying, and to know that we are all just gathered there for just one purpose, which is to worship God, is super, super fulfilling. And the reason why I love music is because any country you go, it's a universal language. You give them a song, they're like, okay, we know this song. We might not be able to have a conversation, but if I tell you, let's play this song, we'll be like, okay, let's do this. We might not and it's super, super fulfilling. It just brings warmth to my heart. Like, wow,
Right.
God can use music to connect people, bring people together,
Yes,
and
yes.
more importantly, worship together. Yeah.
I mean, I remember that they were clearing chairs.
Mm.
Right? Because the seats were filled up all the way to the front. And then when it was worship time, you realized that they started clearing chairs so that it can make space for people to come to the altar.
Right.
And that was amazing, just like seeing that crowd come in,
Yep.
seeing like, God use each one of you. Maybe, Zach, you want to share
Yeah.
your experience a little bit?
I think for me, because so actually the collaboration where we did the music was on the 3rd night. So the conference was 3 nights.
Mm.
And initially I went there just only focus on the 3rd night. It's kind of like, to me was like, I go there to do my job. I go there to lead the worship on the third night. But on the first night, when I step out to the altar, the dance floor, and then the first song hit, I could feel the presence of God so strongly, just waterfall onto not just me. I think all of us also. I saw JBS, you were like, I see you worship like how you never did before. You were
What a God.
Are you sure?
and I think it was amazing, and it changed my perspective. Like when you go on a mission trip, don't just go there to think to give to the people, but also think to receive from the
Yeah.
people. And I believe
Amen.
the first night, the first conference service, we really received a lot, and that was really a very beautiful experience for me. Yeah.
Amen. Wow. I mean, like, I think the songs they gave y'all also were not easy songs to sing. I mean, what was the song's Resurrection Day?
They gave us Resurrection Day. So the way we do things, we usually I thought we thought we could have like the privilege of picking the songs, right? But then when they sent me the song, I had a meeting with them. They sent me the song like, okay, these are the songs that I picked, and then I was like, oh, this is different. You know, the lineup was different, and then we were like, okay, you know what? If we are given this, let's just do this.
Yeah.
You know, and we did our best to kind of navigate around this. And the songs were, what's the first song? Resurrection Day,
Resurrection
Yeah.
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 Child of God, Give Me Jesus, and Victory Medley.
Right.
You know, and I think at first, because I think we are very technical people, you know,
Mm.
so we are thinking about all the lines, you're thinking about this particular solo, this this line that I need to sing. But I realized people are just gathered there just to worship. You know, it's really
Yeah.
not a performance there. It's not. They
Yeah.
don't care about technical. You miss a line, you're like, we are just thankful to be worshiping.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's something that I really received a lot, is that
Yeah.
we can be so caught up in technicalities when let's just sing praises to God. Let's worship. Yeah.
I think there was such an atmosphere of just people so hungry for God, so willing to worship
Yes.
Him. You know, there was such a liberty. I mean, when there's such a big space for such, you know, like if you're talking about 1,000 people just worshiping God, right? You cannot but help but to get involved. You know, there's something within you, just like lose consciousness about yourself and just like, come on, like people are worshiping Him. What more can I do? Like, you know, and then you're just like in that moment, right? And for for a moment, I realized like, wow, this is a glimpse of what heaven is like.
Yes.
Right.
People that different races, different cultures coming together and they're
Yeah.
just worshiping Him, and just got a glimpse of that. And when I came back home, you know, I remember that feeling. It's like, you know, just being more like, why should I hide my worship? You know, like, and I remember the people back there, they really were so not conscious at all, you know, they were giving their all. Shoes, everything, hair, sweating like mad. You know, their shirt were all sweating. And that was like, wow, that was my takeaway from it. And to be able to see all of you on stage, I've never seen y'all so out of your comfort zone before.
Right.
Zach was jumping up and down with his guitar.
Yeah,
Yep.
man.
This guy couldn't even smile on stage, but now he was jumping up and down. So
It was really the presence of God, and I was in the flow.
All right.
Amen.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I think I always try to push my team to always say, like, if you give your 200%, the congregation's gonna give you 100%. Their 100%. I mean, like, if you give them your 50%, they're gonna give their 25%. You know, they're always gonna do half of what you're giving. So when I was at Baguio, I was challenged. I was like, these people are giving their 200% already. You know, I need to give my 400% now. So I was looking at the crowd, and then I was thinking, like, okay, God, if this is the push that you want me to do, I'm gonna worship you like I never have before. You know, and like what
Amen.
Zach said, you know, he never see me lead worship in a way I did before.
Yeah.
It's because I knew I had a mission, which is to lead people into worship, and I had to push myself out of that comfort zone. My pride has to go down, my ego has to go down. You know, if I look
Yeah.
foolish, if I look stupid, but all this is not even for the people. You know, it's for God, and I think that's something I really received there, is that God sees our worship. He sees our heart, how much we want to please Him more than men. So yeah.
I mean, I also can, like, one more thing that happened that I think we shared during our Tuesday prayer meeting, but it's good for those who haven't listened to it. TC, remember his leg? He
Yes.
injured his
Yeah.
leg.
Yes.
He had like what, gout?
He had got
Yeah.
he got flare up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was playing the keyboard, right?
Right.
And so, like, I mean, he was so much in pain, but that was he still gave his best, you know? And that was, wow, that to me was like, you know, everybody there was there on a mission, and
Right.
he was there, and he gave all to God. And I
Yeah.
mean, that was encouraging. I think also for the content team, maybe Eunice, you want to share?
Oh my word, yeah. So I have not, well, I've been on a mission trip before, doing like socials before on a large scale, but this is my first time doing it with my boss. My boss right here. And of course, working with Gyra, the Serranos. Oh my word! I don't think I would have survived without her.
Shout
I
out,
don't
Gyra.
think we would have survived
Yeah.
without
really.
Gyra, and it was definitely okay. I'm an adrenaline junkie lah. This atmosphere, like what everybody is saying, it was electrifying, and just getting all that I can on my camera and just doing my best. I got this, the best I got, and capturing all those moments, them jumping, the energy that was there. It was, of course, very fun to take on my camera because, wow, a lot of content, right? And yeah, I mean, that was for me. And something that I, just thinking about us on socials in Baguio, something that you said before we left to Baguio, you said something like, we are doing content here in Singapore all the time. We're doing it for the people here in Singapore, the lost, those we are trying to reach out. We're doing the same when we go there to Baguio. And that was like oh yes, that's a mind shift. We're not just going there to do some kind of performance and take whatever content that we have for ourselves, and then we're just going to show our people in Singapore, look at us, the mission team, woo! But the people there in Baguio are also going to be watching. And it's also going to be impacting the people, the masses there and their friends.
Yep.
Like, oh my goodness, I didn't even know you went for this camp. And we are also blessing them with our reels, our photos. And that was, a mind shift that, wow, got me thinking, yeah, that is true. And I guess for every mission that I go from now forth is, having that mind shift as well. Yeah, I guess that will be for me, being on socials.
Yeah, I think what was so powerful for me was that I remember one of those services. It was one of the worship service. And you guys were doing your thing. And I remember I was right behind the camera. We're trying something new behind the tripod. And I remember that it was a time where the move just got moved so powerfully. And there was just like a flood or just like his presence, and I remember just behind the camera, inside of me, right? Like I started wailing. Because you cannot hear, because I'm telling you, like, the music is very loud.
Super loud.
It's so loud, so nobody could hear it. And I remember just like putting the camera down, lifting my hands and just wailing, like something within me, like the Holy Ghost inside of me was just like praying through me. And I started wailing out, and I needed that release. And I don't know what God was doing, but I remember like feeling like something that God was working in me or doing something through me as I do it. And then I remember I saw Josh. Thank you, Josh. She saw me was like just receiving from God. She took the camera and she started shooting for me.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, like, it's that kind of like, that's why collaboration in the team is so important.
Teamwork, yes.
Yep.
I mean, talking about to Jaira, just like, I mean, thank God for her and everything. And like going back, when we went first on this mission trip, the beginning stages, when we look on, like we go see what's the convention center like. So we see the photo, right? Then we all like,
research.
Yeah. You all research the
We were stalking the Baguio Calvary Tabernacle
yeah, live stream,
every
live
day,
stream.
like with the musicians. They are super good.
Yeah.
We don't even need them already. We don't even need us already. So it's like, wow, it's quite funny.
Yeah, and so when we saw it, we like didn't see how big that space was. And so when we went there, we were like, whoa. Like, we realized how big, and this is not a 3-person team that needs to get content out. It was like a 8-person because just the amount of the magnitude. But that's the beautiful thing, because we got to tap on to the team there. We got to climb up, and we can show you the picture there. Just see the entire content team, just like DCD, man, the social team. They were ready. They had their laptops out. They had a system. They had photographers. And I felt so encouraged. And to be able to, such a privilege, right, to work together with them and behind the scenes. I obviously went up to them and say like, hey, can we use the table? Do you have any photos? Like, I have a video, you want to use the video? Things like that. We were just trading like content with one another and working together. And I think that's what mission is all about.
Right.
Yeah.
Put aside, all these culture differences, is about working together
Yes.
to win souls because of the souls. And that was the theme
Yep.
of the camp. So to me, being behind the scenes, we saw a lot. I mean, just also watching you guys, because we get to see, we have to take content of our team, the things that are happening. I mean, just watching your in action, just seeing there's this bonus that came upon all of you. And then you just like, you know what? I can see from day one, maybe day one are still a little bit conscious, Then after that, day 2, day 3, wow, y'all just go already. You're just like, okay, you know what? God's gonna work through me. I'm gonna have the confidence to do it, and I saw God work through y'all. So to me, that was a blessing just behind the camera. And to see this girl was like first time, man. I mean, I read through her in the deep end, and just how, God used whatever skills that she had and prepared her, and seeing her put down the camera, and just like praying for people through the Holy Ghost and stuff like that. Yeah.
Must have been such an experience to work together with another media team from another country.
Yeah.
So for the audience, if you've been following us on Instagram, hope you have been following us. If you haven't followed, please follow. Okay.
Shameless
The
plug.
reels,
Joy Antioch.
the reels, the stories, and then I'm not really well versed in Insta, but the things that have been, the media content have been pushed out has been really inspiring. Not just for the audience, but also for me personally. The video testimonies, the photos that we saw, and so I think just now, Abby and Eunice talk about how they all shoot content about us, but I think it was also for us who were on the stage, seeing them take the content, how they do it, the expertise when they operate the equipment, and also they talk about how the hall is very big. There's stairs, not just one flight, a lot of flights of stairs going up to the area. And whenever
super
you're
high.
transiting into another shot, you have to come down all the way, that kind of thing. It's like the kind of thing that I don't know how they use they need a crane to do it, that kind of thing. Upgrade to a crane someday.
I must say, even the guys, I mean, we are 2 ladies on this trip carrying bunch of media
Heavy, right?
equipment.
Yeah.
So all these guys, all of the days in the trip were helping us to carry our
Wow, that was so
luggages.
helpful.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. And so also suppose a lot of unseen hours also, because not only do you need to capture content, but you need to do something to make the content magic and work for the reels and the limited time frame that Instagram and the platform allows. So you all worked beyond hours with lots of coffee, too much coffee at night, until 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Yeah. Right? You all remember that?
Yes.
We can
You
go
were all
home and
sleeping, and
sleep,
then they were
they
still
can-
outside the
yeah.
cafe 3 a.m. It was Abby at cafe. Where's Eunice cafe? So
Right.
thank you guys.
Kudos to you all for that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's super inspiring to see you guys work with people, just the fact that you guys are talking to people you guys haven't met before, and knowing that you guys have the same goal, wanting to achieve the same thing, which is to okay, we need to push out content. And I think likewise for us, the musicians, and I think there's so much that goes on behind the scenes rather than just performance. It's like getting to know them, relationships, investing in friendships, just talking about how are you, how are you, rather than just say, I need you to do this for me, And I think it's not only that we are impacting them, but I feel like our legacies are passing on to each other, When we gather for our huddle to pray, and I could feel that spirit of unity uniting in that circle, When I started to pray for everybody, I was like, oh my God, I can feel this is the presence of God right here, and let's take advantage of this. And I can feel that it's not only us that feel it, It's also they are feeling what we are doing, and they're gonna take back what they learn, from us, and we're also gonna take back what we learn from them. So it's not a mission trip if there's no collaboration.
Yeah.
If they're not leaving a legacy, if they're not leaving something in us, I don't think that's a mission trip. And I think likewise I think Zach, you were talking about how Pastor Jurek was in our previous DCD.
Yeah,
right?
actually, adding on to what you just said about taking things back, actually, at last year's 2024, at our annual church conference, Deep Collective, Pastor Jurek was actually attended, and I think I heard him mentioning to Pastor Timothy that he actually took a lot of inspiration from what we were doing at our church conference. So, for example, for our church conference, we had a theme, which was Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
And then so for this youth conference, they had a theme called Because of Souls. And at the same time, the flow-wise here, opening song, MC go up, and then the worship set list. And then he also incorporated it into his conference timeline. So I think it's very warming to feel that, to know that we are also inspiring other churches around. People come, we learn from each other, and we can also, and we have actually learned from them in so many ways, as much as they have learned from us.
Yeah.
So I think this is something to take back.
Yeah, I think this all comes back to our whole mission of Tabernacle of Joy, which is to impact billions of lives, right? And wow, I think there's so much more stories to tell, right? I think this, we're just scratching the surface of what we can do. There's so much more we can talk about. So if you guys are interested, we are going to come out with a part 2 to dive deeper into how we were used in this mission trip, or how God moved. And we're excited to see you there and share more stories. Stay tuned, guys.